Chelsea football fans, this is Up Chelsea TV and I'm Ugo Amadi. Let's dive straight into the video. In today's video, we'll be talking about transfer moves out of Chelsea. We'll be talking about Joao Felix possibly heading to Al Nassr. If you remember, we talked about him joining Benfica, but some things have taken a slight shift, or would I say drastic shift. And then as well, we'll also talk about interest for Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. So let's go straight into it. Now, Joao Felix joined Chelsea when Samuel Umorogian was the first choice, was the person that the club was in negotiations with. It was ready for a medical. For whatever reason, the club decided to go for Joao Felix. And now, didn't get enough game time, in my opinion, unfairly so. That's my own opinion. You may think differently. Enzo Maresca, for some reason, didn't fancy him and didn't ever think of maybe resting Cole Palmer in games or even playing both players together, except on that rare occasion where he played, against Leicester, where he played against Leicester City, and it worked a treat, in my opinion. He went on loan. AC Milan didn't get that much luck, and then now it seemed he was all set to head to Benfica. He was keen as well to go to Benfica, but yesterday and in the last hours we've heard talks about him from Fabrizio Romano, other transfer insiders, that he looks set to be heading to Al Nassr, and Al Nassr, have put in a bid in and around 44 million pounds, for his services, and that definitely trumps the 30 million euros I think that Benfica had on the table. Now, I think he wants to play with Ronaldo, so he's open to the move. According to reports, he wants to play with Cristiano Ronaldo, and the coach there, who's a former Benfica coach, who's Portuguese as well, so he wants to play under him and possibly feels he can revive his career playing with Cristiano Ronaldo. And definitely, Cristiano Ronaldo does have that pull and some level of control with the national team. If Joao Felix is playing with him at Al Nassr, and he does say, I think Joao Felix is doing very well. I think every coach, Robert Martinez, must and should and must listen and would listen, I think, to what Cristiano Ronaldo will have to say. Now, the whole thing about Joao Felix for me is a bit sad, and this is a bit of, I wouldn't say warning, but advice to young players coming up and their agents. Your very first move in football is very, very important. Joao Felix won the Golden Boy Award, top talent as well, and then he just made the wrong move. That move to Atletico Madrid, in my opinion, was ill-advised. When you talk about a system being drastically opposed to what a player brings, that move to Atletico Madrid just epitomized it. Is a clear example of what that was. If you had to have it in a dictionary or an encyclopedia, a move that doesn't work, that doesn't mesh right off the bat. Joao Felix, it would be Joao Felix going to Atletico Madrid. It just didn't look to work. And since it didn't work out there because of the clash of styles, in my opinion, everyone that took on Joao Felix after that felt like, one, they were doing the player a favor, two, they were definitely not ever 100% into the player, because we feel that this club, possibly he's not that good, possibly he's not all that he's cracked up to be, and possibly we're just a fluke at Benfica. You always have those thoughts in the heads of coaches of clubs when a player goes there. So he came to Chelsea. He played very well at Chelsea. He was one of Chelsea's best players when he came to Chelsea on loan initially. And then you've got Frank Lampard coming in to be the coach of Chelsea, interim coach of Chelsea, coach of Chelsea second time, but interim coach at this time. He came in, and for whatever reason, he started to play Joao Felix out of position, and the fickleness of fans just came to the fore. You could clearly see that Joao Felix was played out of position and had different expectations of him, but because it was Frank Lampard, because it was, you have this feeling where players just want to believe in a coach, want to have this thing of every coach is a Jose Mourinho, every coach is an Alex Ferguson, and Chelsea fans, click into that. Called him the worst player, he should leave. But why? But before their very eyes, you could see that Frank Lampard had Joao Felix playing out of position. So in everyone's mind, because people don't like nuance, people don't like context. Or people like is that big bang thing that players a flop, players not good, overrated. That's what people like. So that's how it was stemmed, and he was and he wasn't signed on a permanent deal. He was sent back on when once the loan ended, he left, and then he rejoined Chelsea. Though it was a player I liked, I felt like he wasn't the right profile at that time because I thought at the moment at that time that Chelsea actually needed a striker as opposed to another central attacking midfielder. Then he comes in to the club, but he's never given a chance to play. So I don't get this thing where a lot of Chelsea fans and some for rival fans you can't understand because rival fans all about banter. Oh, let's banter this club. Oh, you signed this player as a flop. He's not good enough. That's what football rivalry is all about, But for fans of a club to watch on screen, you see a player not being given game time, and you choose to call him a flop. It doesn't make any sense to me. For me, it falls into this coach worship type of thing where everyone wants to, the coach is right, the coach is right. He saw him in training. No, Joao Felix wasn't given an opportunity to play, at least enough game time to play, in my opinion. The few minutes he got to play, he was fairly decent, in my opinion. Fairly decent, especially in that Leicester City Chelsea game where Chelsea run out the 3-1 winners. And you could see his partnership with Cole Palmer was something that could work. The Wolves game that he didn't get to play, even when Cole Palmer was obviously hurt and injured. For me that was the exact moment when I knew Joao Felix doesn't have a future at the club, alongside Christopher Nkunku. And so goes to AC Milan, comes back now, and then he just has to leave, especially if Xavi Simons is to come in. And those are the similar concerns I'm raising about Xavi Simons, not because he's a bad player, but because of the way Enzo Maresca works with respect to that 10 role. So, but that's a different discussion for another different video that I'll do. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel if you need. And if you haven't clicked the notification bell, please do so. When a video like that comes up, you will definitely know and come on to see what I've got to say. And also leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know if you think I've been speaking rubbish for the last how many minutes. Feel free to say so. If you agree with what I'm saying, do so as well. And also smash that like button. Let's go on. So reports have come out that Al Nassr are interested and offering 44 odd million pounds for his services. So I think he's going to go. I think he's going to go in the end. So Al Nassr, having him paired up with Cristiano Ronaldo, fair play to him. Now the next bit of news I want to talk about is Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Should have gone to Brighton. looking at it, he should have gone to Brighton from Leicester, but Chelsea came in, signed him up, and the whole talk was he was going to be that guy, that has more intimate understanding of Enzo Maresca's style of play, and he would be the coach on the pitch. Now, coach on the pitch never really got to play. So we're hearing that Fulham are interested in his signature, and Chelsea would be looking to get at least the £30 million that they paid for his services from Leicester City. So I think that's fair for both parties that he leaves, because I don't think he's going to get that much game time, whether or not Xavi Simons joins the club. It's looking likely that Xavi Simons will join the club. So if he joins, it even makes it doubly difficult for him to get in. If Xavi Simons doesn't join, it doesn't make any difference in my opinion, because I don't think he will still get that much game time anyways. So I think it's fair play for everyone. He got to leave, but at least he leaves Chelsea with 2 trophies. They'll say, oh, he went to Chelsea and stayed barely a season, so what are you saying you gained? But he could say, I'm a Club World Cup champion, I won the UEFA Conference League, so it wasn't a total bust for me. So fair play. I think it's fair that he leaves and go to Fulham. I think he would thrive there as well. He would thrive in the system at Fulham. So let's see how that shakes out. As things continue to develop, we'll always continue to bring that on the channel. And like I always have come to the end of this video, and hopefully I'll see you on yet another video. Stay well, stay blessed.